Hey, Tony Gaston's here. Take a little ride with me today. Can't look at you unless I'm at a red light, but headed to get me a haircut. Got a little men's meeting tomorrow, and so I'll be getting on a plane, and then got working on a little something, working on podcast with my mentee, so we'll be recording a couple episodes, so y'all be ready for that. Won't get the YouTube up for it. I'll let you know in case you want to subscribe to it. Just self-development topics, diving in, from male perspective. We're gonna be dealing with manhood too, but really self-development and just kind of on that side. I do so much on relationships. I gotta get out of just doing relationships, so it'll kind of be all over. So y'all stay ready for that, and should be up within a month or two. But see if I can get around this here garbage truck. Come on now, buddy. But I wanted to talk to the fellas today, and it can apply to women too, but it's something that I'm working on as a man, and I always try to share what I'm working on, and it's mixed emotions about it. But one thing I realize as a man is it's so easy to give into feeling sorry for ourselves. It's so easy to get into just feeling so bad about how hard we got it, and our trauma, our pain, and just how things are unfair. To get into feeling that marriage is unfair, feeling that life is unfair. If you're a man of color or from another country and you living in America, feeling discriminated against, feeling overlooked. It's so easy to get into that and to just wallow in that space and just be thinking on that. But we got to get to a place to where you really start to understand and get to a place to where you put everything on your back and you take pride in it. So you come to a place and you say, I'm going to accept the responsibility and the challenges of being a man. And I'm not going to look to a woman or the government or another race or a friend for praise, for appreciation. I'm going to give, and I'm going to give. I'm going to serve, I'm going to serve. I'm going to work, and I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to take care of me. And what I mean by that is, if you have a wife, you do everything in your power for your wife. You have kids, you do everything in your power for your kids. But then at the same time, you got to take care of you. And you have to be unapologetic about taking care of you. So if that means you need to go golfing, you need to go fishing, if that means you need to get away for a night in another state, then you got to do that. And you have to make you a priority as well. And so you may have to get to that place to where you say, okay, I got to take care of me and for my mental health. But you don't do that without having served and given everything to those that you are responsible for. Now, if you're not responsible for anybody, then you're just accepting full responsibility for your life, meaning living right, doing the right thing, and pursuing success, creating your success. And what you have to understand is, with your relaxation, it can't be something that is toxic. It can't be something, so your relaxing shouldn't be something that's going to cut time off of your life. So if that's smoking, if that's getting drunk, nor should it be something that will become a vice, something that you will be addicted to in a negative way. Okay, I like that. Done now. What that, a Shelby 500? I might add that to the collection. I'm just not a Ford guy. I'm not a Ford guy. You know how stuff could put a bad taste in your mouth. It's a lot of, know, there's a lot of black men got Fords, but a lot of them guys drive Fords. Do not like everybody. I ain't no Ford guy. I'm in a Dodge right now. And so now listen to me. So you have to get to a place to where I can't overtalk the hill engine. Sometimes when you, and I ain't going fast now, it's just how the car sound, okay? Just gotta forgive me. 807 horsepower. So it just get kind of loud sometimes. I'm not going fast though. Just how it sound. And it got a supercharger on it, so it get that little whining noise that just make that little noise. So you have to get to the place to where, and this is something I'm working on, and it's hard. It is hard, but it's a challenge. And a challenge without, you know, feeling drained, because you got to fill yourself up. The thing what we do wrong as men is we let everybody drain us and drain us and drain us, but we don't fill ourselves up. And so, like for example, a guy called me this morning and I was still sleeping. I woke up, the phone woke me up because it was on vibrate, so it was vibrating and woke me up. And I texted him, I said, I'll call you back. But I had to wake up, I had to brush my teeth. After I brushed my teeth, I was watching a little TV. I had to set up an email, send out an email to my students on Tony Gasson's Academy, let them know about the masterclass on healing, which if you're a man or a woman seeing this, go to TonyGassonsAcademy.com. You'll see Tuesday night we're doing a class on healing, and at 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll be 6 p.m. California time. So it'll be on Zoom, and it's only $25. So during that masterclass, I sent out an email. After I sent that email out, I got on up, I got dressed, and I went to film. The video I shot was an hour and something long. And then I had to do a little bit more work on the computer. Then I went to shower, because I had to shower, wash my hair, because I'm going to get a haircut. So, and then when I got in the car, I'm shooting the video. So I woke up 9 a.m. So I'm shooting this video. And because I'm shooting this video, I can't call the man back yet. If I finish this video, then I'll call him back. So you see how I'm prioritizing me, and I'm not in response mode. Now, the only person I responded to this morning is my wife. She sent me a message. I sent her a message. I check in with her. As soon as I woke up, she went home. First text I sent was, "Hey, love, where are you?" And then she told me, I can't remember what she was doing. Get my nails done or something. Give them I said, I got my B12 shot. She go to the women's clinic every week on Wednesday or Thursday and get a B12 shot. It's help with whatever that is, hormones or whatever women do at the women's clinic. I know athletes should take B12 too. We used to have B12 shots in college. And so she get that B12 shot, you feel real energized, she say, and then she going to get her lashes, lashes fill in, or however that work. And so she going to do that. I check with her, so I see, okay, this is what I'm gonna be doing. And that's the only person I respond to. And then other than that, I'm working on me. So as men, we gotta prioritize ourselves. You gotta prioritize you, because ain't nobody else gonna prioritize you for you. But at the same time, you got to make sure that you're taking care of your responsibilities. My wife is my responsibility. Even though she is a grown woman, I'm responsible for her, because I made a commitment and covenant to her to take care of her, to provide for her. So I got to do my work. So when I send my email, that's working, because that's my work, it's my purpose. So I send my email and people sign up for the course. Okay, that's earning a living at the same time of serving my purpose, which I got a course on that to teach you how to do that, called Entrepreneurship with Purpose. So yes, I'm gonna help people heal in the masterclass, but that's also how I feed my family. Me shooting this video, I'm gonna help you if you watching this video, but this is also a part of how I feed my family. And so that's what I want you to understand, is that you have to take care of your responsibilities without complaining. without complaining, without crying, without getting upset. And I'm gonna tell you, if you got a woman, or you get a woman, what I've heard from a lot of men and what I've noticed is that a woman can outspend your earning. When you taking care of a family, your family can outspend your earning. What your kids need, what your woman need, what your woman want, what your kids want, it can outspend your earning. There's nothing wrong with a budget. So when you absolutely got to make a budget, you make a budget, but also allow that to increase your earning potential. Allow that to motivate you and allow it to push you. So instead of us snapping on our wife and snapping on our kids about all the stuff they need in their life, let's get motivated to double up, to earn more, promote yourself more. I just told you about Tony Gass's Academy. If somebody care about growth, I'm not selling snake oil. So if somebody care about growth, they're gonna go to Tony Gass. If they can afford it, they're gonna go to TonyGassAcademy.com and buy the course. That's me promoting me. That's me promoting what I have to offer. And so promote yourself more. Create more streams of income. I could just sit on my academy and just let the courses that's already been shot sell. But instead I say, let me infuse myself and let me do something live. So see, you think outside of the box. Now I'm going away this weekend for something I was getting ready to do. I was going to be shooting for YouTube, but I changed it. But I still may send out an email and do a pop-up. Say, hey, we got 10 spots available. Come over. We're going to have some finger food and we're going to have a discussion. Just a meet and greet, kick it. $100 a ticket in the city that I'm gonna be in with my mentees. I still might send that email. It'll be late. People might not be able to make it, but I might do that. And that's another stream of income while serving my purpose. You see what I mean? And so you got to think about that, and you have to be able to realize and understand that it's always something you could be doing to increase your net worth, to earn a little more. Like it's a lot of men know how to do stuff handy around the house. I'm not a handyman, but if I was a handyman, I guarantee you it'll be a side business if it's not my main business. I guarantee you it'll be that. If I knew how to cook, I'm not a cooker. If I knew how to cook ribs, knew how to cook brisket, whatever, I guarantee you it'll be a side business. Listen, I don't have a gift that I don't use. That's why when I say I got over 50 streams of income, that's mean the amount of products I done created, books and courses and things I use my gifts on. So listen, I write books, but I'm also a ghostwriter, meaning I write your book. Now it's gonna cost you $50,000, $10,000 to $50,000, but I write your book. So guess what? If you in that position, you got the money, okay, I'll write your book. Rest easy. We'll meet up. I'll record your story. I'll knock your book out. You got a book. I'll put you with the editor, put you with the formatter, put you with the cover designer, put you with the website designer, publish your book available on Amazon.com. Wham bam, just like that. I'm gonna use my gift. Guess what? If you like to write, and you say, man, I like to write. I said, okay, well, guess what? I'll talk to you about your story. I'll talk with you about your story. I'll write the outline for your book. All you got to do is basically follow the prompts in each chapter. You answering the prompt, and that's your chapter. You tell a story, make a point, and then I'll show you. I'll connect you with all the editor, formatter, cover designer, everything. Then I'll publish your book for you. Wow, the police undercover in the same car, man. Undercover. Done caught that truck. That truck was speed. So they got the same, it's the little brother of this car. The Dodge, you know, they be in the Challenger. I'm in the Challenger. And so he got the, the base model. But the police got all the lights and everything going off on it. And I'm like, wow, okay, I see what y'all up to. I guess y'all done seen me up here on this highway, cause this is an expressway they done made. Y'all done seen me up here on that gas a couple times. So listen, then I'm gonna tell you how to publish the book. I'm gonna show you how to publish the book, and I'm gonna charge you $2,500 to $5,000. The author consult. It's what they call an author consultation. So not only am I an author, but I'm a ghostwriter and I'm an author consultant. And this is how I want men to be thinking when you taking care of your family. Okay, you got a job. All right, great. You got that job, but if you know how to build a team, you a project manager, be a consultant for small businesses. Create a website. So now, instead of you snapping on your woman or snapping on your mama or your sister, whoever you taking care of, instead of you snapping on them, you take your gift that you do in corporate America and you become a consultant. And that might be $20 a month. It's $20 a month to be on mymentor.life. But that's a business I created. And guess what? Them coaches, them consultants, them mentors, they getting booked. You know who on there? One of my mentees on there. We was meeting yesterday looking at a podcast space. My mentee say, hey, I got a coaching call at 6 o'clock. He had a coaching call from mymentor.life. But he paid $20 a month, but his coaching call probably was, I don't know what he charged, $60 or $100 an hour. So one coaching call pay up 5 months of his membership. So every other coaching call, he might do 10, 15, 20 calls a month. So now the rest of that is profit. So you see what I'm saying? So you have to take your gifts, and even if you work a hard job, let's say you do construction, you in the sun all day, but you know this inside and out. It's men who they don't trust general contractors. You might be a subcontractor. You say, hey, I'll give you all the knowledge you need, show you where to order the materials or order the materials for you. You put your team, you got your team, y'all gonna build it, or you know how to do it, but I'll walk you through it and I'm gonna charge you $5,000. All you doing with this man is phone calls. I got 10 acres of land that I want to put a barn dominium on it. I know absolutely nothing about it. If you know how to do all of that, where to order the materials, how to assemble a team for me to have my barn dominium put on my land, I could pay you $5,000. All you doing is phone calls. You just saying, okay, this is what you got to do. Okay, this is what you got to do. Okay, this is what you got to do. So you might talk to me 1 hour a month, maybe a week. You could have 10 people that you doing that at the same time with. That's $50,000. And this what a lot of men I see just doing one thing. It's like, no, you got other gifts. What you doing? You got other gifts. It's like I know a gentleman who he got one of them green eggs where you cook brisket and pulled pork and all that. It's like, listen, yeah, it might seem cheesy to text everybody in your phone that between you and your wife and say, hey, brisket Sunday, $20 a plate. You know people with money. Listen, I'm dropping that $20. My son like it too, so boom, you getting $40. I know you taxing, but this something that you doing on the side, and this something that is taking your time. This handmade, this ain't high produced, meaning you ain't just rushing through this. You putting your heart and soul in this brisket. I'ma give you this $20. Me and my son, $40. Boom. You got this whole brisket. You got 40 plates worth. What you don't sell you got in your refrigerator for your family to eat as leftovers. You got 40 plates. So now you can make 40 servings at $20. What's 4 times 2? 8. So now you done made $800 on Sunday. You done made $800. That much brisket probably cost you at the most $200. Maybe even $100, depending on where you went. So now you profiting. If you profit $600 on that Sunday, that's 600 times 4. That's $2,400. That's a mortgage on a 3,000 square foot house. Depending on where you live, could be a 5,000, 7,000 square foot house. Now, depending on where you live, could be a 1 bedroom if you're in New York. But still, $2,400, you take that $2,400 of extra money that you did not need, you doing something you love to do, cooking brisket on Sunday or Saturday or Friday night. You doing something you love to do. You making $2,400 a month. You put $2,400 a month onto the market, you finna be sitting on millions, 2-3 million, when it's time for you to retire off that $2,400 that you did not need. Now your retirement, now you done supplemented your 401k. And see, this is not how men thinking. What I'm seeing so many men do is doing one thing, or doing something, doing it successfully, but obsessing over it, but not taking care of their family. So tonight I'm doing the couples course. And see, this is why I stopped. Some 2 or 3 couples wrote in, oh, can we join? I opened the course for them to join, and I don't know if one of them join. That's why when stuff closed, it's finna be closed. That's what I'm telling you now. When it closed, it closed. Stop procrastinating. When you hear me promote something, I'm telling you about the masterclass right now. When the masterclass is full, I'm gonna get 20, 30 emails. Oh, I was gonna sign up, but you know, my child got sick and I stumped my toe, and then I got hit in the head with an axe, and I was at the hospital. But I was gonna sign up. I hear some of the wildest stories of why somebody ain't sign up. It's like, listen, okay, you ain't sign up. It's not the end of the world. But we always have FOMO, fear of missing out. Another one gonna come. I open the thing back up. The person don't even sign up. I say, you know what? I'm finna stop doing that. The lesson is, you miss it, you miss it. I just told you the masterclass is on healing for men and women. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. All right now. So now listen, somebody, Grand Marquis on some 24s, look like broke down on the side of the road. Well, look here. Put all that money into that car, to them rims, and could have got you a better car. And so now listen, I'm seeing men do something and do something great, do something big, and obsess over it. Obsess over it. And so when you obsess over it, now you're not taking care of your wife and your kids. Yeah, you got the money, but not the time. So tonight, what I was about to say, my point was, I'm teaching a class at 9 o'clock. Praise be to the Lord, my sons got soccer practice from 6 to 7:30. So guess what? My wife then drove them to school. She's driving them home from school. That's a lot of driving. So what I do is I do the practice run when I'm in town. I'm typically in town. So tonight, I did it Tuesday night. And I went live Tuesday night while Lil Tayden was practicing. And I'll probably do the same thing tonight. So I'm take my sons to practice. I get to have that time with them. I get to have an active service. My dad driving me to practice. Even though we might not be talking, it might not be deep, they might be watching TV or whatever, it's still quality time, and it's acts of service. It's a love language, and they're gonna give me credit for that. And so now my mama drive me to school, pick me up. My daddy drive me to practice, pick me up, take me to practice, bring me home. So my wife did a trip. I did a trip. And so now our sons getting both of our acts of service. My wife gonna talk to them. I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna talk to them. And so, and then we're gonna come home. We'll come home and dinner will be there. And I pay my mother-in-law to be our chef right now. She cooked for us. So I told my wife, you know, give $500. for 5 meals. That's $100 a meal. That's a whole lot of money. But with our schedule, it's just so much going on. While my mother-in-law cooking, she older, she's 65, that give her joy. So that's still me taking care of my family. So it give her joy to cook. And before we even got the fork in our mouth, she called and said, how is it? She want to know how it tastes. So it give her joy to cook. Her brain releasing dopamine, serotonin, because she cooking with love for her daughter and her son-in-law and her her grandsons. It also is putting money in her pocket so that she don't have to leave out the house and go put herself at risk of catching C-19 working in the schoolhouse as a teacher. So, and it also will pay her more than what the schoolhouse paying her. And so that's me taking care of my family as a man. And the same thing for my mama, for my sister, for my daddy. I bless them every month. It's a burden, meaning it's heavy. I could feel it. It's a load that I'm carrying, but I create instead of just sitting and sulking about it. I think outside the box. Let me do this. Let me do this. So when y'all see me promoting myself, when y'all see me creating a course or a book or adding something to further create, that's what my mind is doing so that I could complain less and create more. So I could love more instead of loving less. And at the end of the day, I'm writing my eulogy. I'm cementing my legacy. So when if my wife have to eulogize me, and anybody get to speak on me or my family, it's gonna be hard for them to put it in 2 minutes because of the life that I'm living. And that's how I think about it, not just the here and now. What people gonna say about you when you gone. And that's what we got to get to as men, is stop just indulging in vices. You know, don't just wallow and swim in sin. Like, come up out of that sin and get into excellence. Get into a space of excellence. Get into a space where you pushing yourself as a man to be great, to be excellent. And you know, a gentleman asked me last night, "Hey man, we about to smoke these cigars. You want to smoke with us?" I said, I never have taken a puff of a cigar, and I'm not about to start now, because that's gonna hurt my esophagus. That's gonna darken my lungs. And I might like the way it feels after a couple times, and next thing you know, I'm going from one cigar to where I'm hitting a cigar every night. Next thing you know, I got throat cancer just because of the way my genetics work. My grandfather died of emphysema. So the way my immune system, me smoking might turn into emphysema, might turn into throat cancer. Now I'm dead. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna introduce something in my life that can be a vice, that can steal life from me. I want to have more life, not less life. So yeah, it might be cool, it might feel good. Me personally, I just don't want no big round thing smoking on in my mouth, cause that just in my mind, I really don't want no round cylinder object getting pulled on in my mouth. Another reason. Call it what you want to call it, but that just not cool to me. It's just not comfortable to me. And so it's like this right here. Listen, I'm just not gonna add stuff that don't make sense to me. And so, and I ain't trying to knock nobody, but that's just me, because I know myself as a man. So you got to know yourself as a man. So it's like, okay, I've been thinking about getting on DraftKings and doing a little gambling, but that's quick wealth. So if I take, that's quick money. If I take and I bet on the game $100, and let's say I bet on the underdog and I win 200, I win 100. Now I'm turning 100 into 200. So what I'm gonna do next time? As a 7-figure earner, I'm gonna put $1,000. Then I'm gonna lose that $1,000, because you ain't gonna win it all the time. So then I lose that $1,000. Now that's $1,000 from my son's tuition. That's $1,000 from my son's college tuition. They got grade school tuition and college tuition. That's $1,000 that could have been put on the market. That would be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 guaranteed when I retire. And now being a 7-figure earner, that's just not 1,000. I'm gonna be doing 1,000 a week on DraftKings. So I got to know me, because I'm competitive like that. You ask Michael Jordan how many millions he done spent gambling. That Michael Jordan done spent more millions gambling than we will earn, than most men are earning 50 lifetimes. You know why? Competitive spirit. So he introduced a vice. And so what do you guys do? Even when we look at Michael Jordan, when you see Michael Jordan, how red his eyes is, and it's like, okay, what's going on, Mike? It just, you know, is it just staying up? Is it something going on internally? But you would think to have hundreds of millions of dollars, you have a system to where your skin glowing, your eyes just the whitest could be. But you could look at even billionaires and you could see struggle. And it's because of choices. Lost his wife. The wife got 200 million. Do you know what 200 million could have done had he pleased his wife and she didn't have to leave him? What they could have done with $200 million, they could have rebuilt their whole hood. They could have rebuilt the whole hood. They could have took a whole hood. They could have created a gym on top of gym. They could have did a gym in 200 different cities. With the 200 million got transferred to his wife, that sitting in an account, they could have got $2 billion loaned to them and put a gym in 200 different cities and provided jobs in that city. And it could have been a nonprofit getting grants with an executive director, the most trustworthy person in that city running it, or it could have been something else. But guess what? Lost 200 million from choices, from bad choices, from not taking care of his wife. How much Jeff Bezos gonna lose? How much Bill Gates gonna lose from not taking care of their wife? They could have rebuilt the whole city. You hear what I'm telling you? So as men, we got this set responsibility. I'm not finna lose hundreds of millions of dollars to my wife. Them $100 million finna go into changing the world because I take care of my wife. And I ain't always perfect. Sometimes I get an attitude. Sometimes I say something too sharp, too blunt. But I got to work on that and fix that. And so that's finna get changed. So hey, I'm about to get my hair cut. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Listen to this again. Get it in the spirit.